Imagine if you could build an AI assistant inside of Slack, a knowledge base that knew your business better than anyone on your staff and could help your team curate the correct answers before they had to come to you or your managers. We have implemented this and it saved us hundreds, if not thousands of hours. And we've also been able to integrate ChatGPT and other tools right into our Slack to make all of this more powerful. So I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. And in this one, it's actually a beginner's guide because it's a no-code, simple solution, one software plus Slack. So it's really easy and anyone can implement. The first step is you need to have a knowledge base. And I'll show you how we structured ours. We use Google Drives because we have Gmail, and we basically did it really simply. I looked at all of these softwares and I couldn't find one that I really liked that solved my issue. So I just stuck with the basics. We're using Excel spreadsheets and Google Drives. Now for enterprise, this might not be perfect, but for small and medium businesses with probably under 1,000 SOPs, this is a great start. So this is what it looks like. If you guys subscribe down below, I'll send you the full template of everything I'm doing here and a referral link to the software that you're going to need. But basically what it is the status, what type it is, what department it is with. And department's actually really important as you build out specific agents or assistants. I did another video, but basically these agents or assistants are just the brain. So what we're working on is the knowledge base behind it, the brain that's actually telling it how to answer these questions. I give it an owner and a last updated date and then a title with a serial number. And then all of that goes into a single file for me. So basically I have it all here, and you'll notice that this link actually links out to that SOP, and then they're all numbered. So the reason why they're numbered is it makes it really easy to find them. And you can obviously search through your knowledge base to find these through AI and things like that, which we're going to show you. But this just helps keep it organized. And then the last updated is critical because ideally you want your manager who owns this to update their SOPs annually at a minimum. So that way your knowledge base is always up to date. Now, we mentioned that this is going to go into Slack, so I'm going to show you exactly what that's going to look like. All right, so the tool we're using is GPT Trainer. I've done videos on this in the past. I am a huge fan. I actually stopped using it for a little bit, and I was trying to build this basically from scratch, and I didn't realize they did it. So I was trying to build, and I'll do a video on it in the future, but I was trying to build a RAG database, which is just basically the knowledge base in N8N that would automatically update based on Google Drive, and then integrate that with Slack. But the thing is, there's so many things to do and to go wrong. And if you can find a tool that just does it for you at a reasonable price, you might as well use it. So you integrate this, and I'll show you how. And then in here, this is what it looks like. You actually get to pick your chatbots. These are all the ones that we have in there. You'll notice our SOP is a big one. I'm going to rename some of these for my team. I just got this working. And then our case study one is actually a big one because what they can do is come in here and then you go to messages and you'll notice it says change to case study. And I can say something like, what is a good case study for a healthcare company? And it's going to search our knowledge base and hopefully comes up with something good, but it's going to pull specifically from our website, from our knowledge base, from anything that's been trained on in that brain, which I, again, will kind of show you as we build this. I'll show you how to build it from scratch and how I get this integration working. But there you go. So pulled up a case study. This is formatted how I set it up, MediGuru. It gives me a link back to my website. I didn't initially format this for Slack, so you'll see some weird things here, but that's just how I set up the prompt, and I can show you how to do all of that. So now you guys see what this is. And the cool thing is you can switch the agents. So again, here's our SOP one. So this is all the SOPs right here. And then we can go by specific types. You have internal, external chats. So really powerful, the SDR system. These all have meaning to our team, but they're really powerful. And the thing is they're all different brains. So they're slightly programmed to give you different responses. One's programmed to give you an email response based on an incoming request. So imagine we're just cutting down the time. People have to do research, things like that. So that's really it. Now I just need to show you how to set this up. So super simple. And you do not need a premium Slack account, which is also awesome. So we go to GPT Trainer. Again, there will be a referral link down below. I don't think I get much out of it, so not a huge deal, but it helps. Log in. So basically here are all my agents. I will quickly show you how to create one as high level. I have another video, but I want this to be a full tutorial beginner guide, and then I will show you how to integrate it. So we'll come in here, we'll create a new chatbot. You can call it whatever. I'm just going to leave this as test. All the information you put in here does actually help it build its personality a little bit, how it's going to greet you, customer service, So it does matter how you set all this up. Then you can do sales responses. So it's really cool. You get to pick. You can have a support email. So we'll do hello at. If you guys don't know Auto PR, it's the agency that I own. We're a full service PR agency. So I'm just going through this really fast. AI knowledge base answers. Can use own knowledge. Yes. Okay. So they've recently improved their integration here. So you can do lead capture, custom forms. I don't want lead capture for what I'm doing because I want it to go into Slack. You can do brand colors. You can update a logo. I'm not going to do any of that, but this is all, they've done a good job of making the user interface pretty simple. So now you can do a website URL. So I'll just throw in Auto PR real fast just so you can see how that works. This will scrape the website and add it to the knowledge base, which for pretty much any of your internal is probably a good idea so the team can know what's out there. Because I don't know about you, but we have over 300 pages on our website. So it's valuable for it to know as much as possible about the company. So add single URL, I'm going to have it crawl. For my SEO people out there, you can do a sitemap. I won't show you that. And then you can upload files. So I will show you the files. I don't know if I have to wait for it to extract. I'm going to assume no. Okay, so it's working. So then in here, let's go back to my master SOP. I'm just going to download a couple. I'll just download 2 so it's faster. 3. All right, download. So give me a zip file. You don't want to upload it as a zip file, so you'll probably upload it individually. So let's come back into here. All right, so those are my files. We're going to come back to GPT Trainer, and we're going to go ahead and upload these. So now this is the piece of building your knowledge base. This part's simple. One of the key things when we get in here is how you actually prompt it. So there's a whole bunch of tools in here. They've gotten really, really good. Custom integrations. I'm not going to go through all this. Integrate to your CRM, Zapier, and Make. If you guys aren't familiar, I have a whole bunch of videos on specifically Zapier, some Make. So here's your Slack integration. So we can actually do this real quick. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We did the basic setup. One of the things that I will want you guys to do is come into your source. Sources is where you would add more knowledge bases, information. This is where I do lead capture. Inbox will be all your messages. Dashboards, obviously your overview. Agents, what I want to show you. This is where you can customize your agent. So things like what model to use. GPT-03 is an older model. I use mostly newer models. But the nice thing too is you can integrate multiple chatbots for your team in Slack and give them access to Claude through your API and now ChatGPT, DeepSeek. So you can have them have a whole bunch of tools right in Slack. So again, the less places they have to know where to go, the better. I like using the 4 or 4.0. And then this number right here is basically how big of a window of like things can they upload. So it's more expensive, but I like to change mine. Probably somewhere around here is good. Save and retrain. Now, what's really important, and we don't need to do this right now, prompt writing is a skill, but you want to describe what this tool is and then the prompts behind it, and then temperature. So basically, all of this tells it what it's doing. So this is a Q&A bot. It's an agent. Here's the definition. If you give it more information here, you change it, it will actually change how it behaves. This is basically different options on how it's functioning, and they all have their own purpose. So I'm not going to go into a huge tutorial there, but I would just read through the options. It'll help you optimize. Again, they've done a really good job here. This is where you put more detailed instructions, especially if you want it to come out like an email or it's, a live chat. You tell it how to respond. So you can even have it write blogs for you. And then temperature is how creative you want it to be. So if you want to highly, highly follow the script, 0. If you want it to kind of have intros, greetings, be a little fun and playful, 1, but it can go a little off the wall. I typically go anywhere from 4 to like a 7, 8. Then that'll give you your kind of creativity. And then in here is things like Google search, which they charge extra for, hallucinations, prevention, some other items. And then you can add in custom functions, which again is more code based. So like making it actually do stuff in the world. And that's not part of this tutorial, but just want to show you super powerful. Anyways, more customization on how it looks, building in custom webhooks. Man, they've done a great job. Collaborations, so just who you're inviting. And then here's your preview. So you can just test. It's obviously going to not come back with anything crazy there. And that's how it's programmed. So you can adjust all of this. You can refresh your chat here. Now the go live, that's where we get that Slack integration. So really, really powerful here, all the integrations that you would need, but I am specifically one to cover Slack. So all you do is you come in here, you connect, you add to your Slack, add to Slack. So it's already added. You would hit, I'm not going to hit approved, but basically you hit approve, and then that will more or less be it. If you're over the 10 limit on Slack, if you have a free account, you have to remove one. And then in actually Slack, which I can't find. So in Slack, once you add it, you'll come down here to add apps. You'll search for, it's going to be GPT Trainer. So you'll search for this exactly like that, GPT Trainer, and you'll just click on add it. And there it is. And that's the UI and UX we showed before. So really powerful. It's pretty much done. A lot of the hard work is getting your AI agent to work the way you want it to. So that's really where you come back into your sources, your knowledge base. You sync with things. It does have a Google Drive sync, which is pretty cool. Other tools in here that will help you get this agent speaking correctly. And the biggest thing is you'll come into agents, adjust this a lot, play with it, and then you can do your preview, work back and forth. Now, if you need help like with agents and building things like this, please let me know. You can reach out, subscribe down below and reach out, and I will help you build these on a one-to-one basis. We do custom build outs, but I hope you guys liked this content and understand the power of having a GPT agent in Slack for your team. It's going to be a game changer, I promise you. And from a leadership perspective, what you want to do is as someone asks you a question or ask your team a question, make sure that you require an SOP to be made or an SOP to be updated, and then make sure that's updated in your Slack agent. So that way, if someone asks, you can then just say, hey, go check out the Slack agent. And that's a mistake I've made in the past is I think I've made the same video 5 or 6, 7 times using Loom, and then I could have just turned that into an SOP and it would have permanently been in our system. So really, really powerful. If you guys like content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you.